Hey friends, it's Angela. So good to see you all again. So the first question I probably get the most over time is, do I keep the clothes, all the clothes that I show on my channel? And the answer to that is absolutely 100% no. And the short answer to why is because I don't have the closet space for all this stuff. I don't have the unlimited money funds that it would take to buy everything. And number three, there's no way I would actually be able to wear all this stuff in a given week, month, or year. Really, it's too much. So when I first started this channel, it was more about I was finding things for myself to create this new wardrobe that I hadn't had in years because I was like in mom mode, jeans and a t-shirt, jeans and a sweatshirt. That's what I wore. So I was trying to get myself back into the fashion game after that stage of my life was over. So I was, picking out a lot of things really for myself and hoping that, other people would like it too. Now, over time, this channel has really evolved into, I still show things that I like 100% of the time. I can't show things I don't like because, unless I'm trying it out and I want to give you my review on it. Okay, so there you go. But I'm really showing it for you guys because I know other people out there like being able to see it on someone else rather than just, see it on a website. It helps you guys shop. It helps you to know what's out there and what's available, and maybe how to put things together. So that is really what my channel has evolved to. So I keep out of all that stuff. I keep my top favorite things because I have to be picky. I just have to. So if you ever see me trying clothes on that actually still have the tags on it in a video, here's why. Because a lot of the times, if I'm ordering things online, I don't try them on until I am showing you in the video because I kind of want that raw reaction to what I think about it. I'm not always going to paint a pretty picture of everything. I don't love everything I ever buy or try on or whatever. I'm going to tell you guys what I like and what I don't like. So the reality of that is sometimes I'm trying these clothes on for the first time and I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. If they don't fit correctly, if I don't, I'm like, I just don't like the way it looks on me, whatever, then they may go back. So if you ever see a tag, that could be why. It's no different than you guys go out shopping, you take a bunch of stuff in the dressing room, you try it on, and then you decide, are you going to buy it? So that's usually what's going on. I did have to stop because the light's coming in all funky now this morning. So here we go with question number 2, which is probably the second most asked question I get. And that is, Angela, I used to love all your Walmart hauls. Why aren't you doing as many Walmart hauls nowadays? The answer to that is Walmart comes out with some incredible things in the springtime and then again in the fall. And in between those times, I'm not seeing much new that I think is worth showing, honestly. Maybe a piece here or there, but not a whole haul. I just don't want to get into showing things on my channel that I don't like at all. And I don't want to repeat all the things that you've already seen in the spring and the fall. I'm always surprised by the people who are doing Walmart hauls every week, year round. Where are you finding these things? I go in the store, I go online, I look, and I'm not seeing things that I'm like, oh yeah, need to show that. But here's one thought I have. So Walmart website has really kind of become a Amazon marketplace because they have lots of third-party sellers on Walmart website now. So maybe they're finding items that aren't really sold at Walmart. It's from third parties. Maybe that's how they're doing it. I have no idea. But I want to caution you on something because I made this mistake and I don't want you to have to make this mistake. What I found a long time ago is when I bought things that were not actually sold and shipped by Walmart, I had a harder time returning those items. Anything that's sold and shipped by Walmart, I have never had a problem taking it back to the store and returning it and getting my money back for those. So yeah, I would love to be able to do more Walmart videos. I would love for them to offer more items during the year that I find worthwhile to show you guys. And if they did that, I would do a lot more. But it seems like, for me anyways, it's kind of down to spring and fall, and that's kind of it. Now, the third most asked question I probably get over time is, what in the heck do you do for diet and exercise to stay thin, especially being over 50 now? I'm almost 55. That's crazy to me. Here's the thing. This is one of the video topics for Thanksgiving week that I'm doing. This is going to be a good video because some of you might know that I was vegan for 13 years. And as of this March, actually, I stopped being vegan and I went on a rampage trying all kinds of different diets because I thought, let's just see what happens. How do I feel when I try this diet? How do I feel about eating this way? And I tried probably 5 or 6 different kinds of diets to see, how does it make me feel? What did I find? Did I like it? Did I not like it? And so the video that you're going to see Thanksgiving week is going to kind of give you an idea of what I landed on. It's going to give you recipe ideas, and it's going to give you what I'm doing for exercise and some suggestions for you. I think it's going to be a really good video, and there is a reason why it took me almost a year to figure all this out. I really went through and kind of tested a lot of things. Look out for that video because the answer will be in that. Okay, number 4. People want to know if I've had plastic surgery. This is interesting to me that, people care. I guess as a compliment, because maybe they think I look better than I do at 55, but then I get some people saying, "You're only 55? I thought you were a lot older." It's like, okay, really? Yeah, I'm going to be 80. Anyways, so I do get that question a lot, and the answer is actually yes. If you have not watched my channel for long, then you probably missed this video that I did a year ago where I talked about it. And the reason why I've had that done is because I've had 4 Mohs surgeries on my face as of now. This is the last one over here. It's doing pretty well. That was just a couple months ago. It's skin cancer. I have had trouble since my 30s with skin cancer. And it's the mild one. It's basal cell. It's not the, it's not the melanoma stuff. Thank goodness. But the holes, okay, once I did the Mohs surgery, the holes that were left in my face were so big that I needed to get plastic surgery 2 times to correct it. I mean, it was not pretty. It looked like a dot on the surface of my skin, a dot. By the time they dug out all the borders of it, it was like sizes of quarters. It was not good. I came home, my kids were crying, and they were little at that point, but when they first saw me come home, they cried, okay? And then I went and got plastic surgery because, it's like all this stuff stretching and whatever on your face. So because I was in my 30s and I had this plastic surgery to close that hole and correct, obviously, what was going on there, what happened over time as I got older is this looked nice and fresh, and this looked a lot older, okay? The skin-wise, naturally, because this was tightened in my 30s and this wasn't. So at one point, I did go and get filler. I went to my dermatologist, and she had said, we could try to fix that and even your face out. One side of my face looked a lot younger than the other under my eyes because of that surgery. So she suggested just putting in some filler because that way we could even things out. So I did do that. So that is what I've had. I've had filler under my eye, and I had plastic surgery to deal with things that unfortunately, I had to fix because I wasn't going to leave big old gaping holes in my face. Number 5, this is interesting to me. I have people ask me, do you wear false eyelashes? And I'm like, no, I've never worn fake eyelashes in my life. Here's what I do wear. And I'll take this as a compliment because my eyelashes must look good enough where people think I am wearing fake eyelashes, and I never have. So this is what I have been using for a while now that must give me that look. So the first thing is I put an eyelash primer base on. This is by L'Oreal and it's called Voluminous Base. My daughter turned me onto this stuff and I'm telling you what, it does make a difference. Then on top of that, I've been using this for years and years. It's L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. Love it. And so I put that on top of the base coat. And then to top it off, I use the Thrive mascara. And what this does is make my lashes look longer than they actually are. And this makes them look a little thicker. So the combination of all three of these things must give you the appearance that you're wearing fake eyelashes, because I've had that question so much. Okay, the next question is kind of funny. People have said over time, I like your accent. Are you from Minnesota or Wisconsin? And here's the thing. No, I'm from Michigan, but maybe it's all kind of similar up north there. And I have always wondered, I would love to hear what people are hearing because I don't feel like I have an accent. So I would love to be a fly on the wall watching the video in your mind and thinking, I would like to hear what it sounds like because to me, I have no accent. So that's kind of funny. All right, what else here? Some people have asked me, do I still have back pain? And some of you watching may not have any idea what they're talking about. So the answer to the question, and then I'll go back and kind of give you a brief description of what's going on here. The answer to the question is not really. Gosh, knock on wood, it has been 3 years, maybe a little longer since I've been doing really well. And I thank God every day for how I feel now. And what do I contribute it to? I think I have been exercising more. I've been kind of strengthening more, the core, the back, doing weight training and stuff like that. Maybe that's helped. Maybe it's just luck. I don't really know, but I really hope I don't have to ever go back to that place again. It was a bad time in my life. So to kind of go back for those of you who don't know what's going on, when I was 46, for 4.5 years, I had this horrendous back pain that was 24/7. And when this first happened, I was in emergency and it was so bad. It was so bad. I couldn't do anything to get in any position to feel better. And it started on this wild goose chase of trying to figure out how to get rid of this back pain. Well, that lasted for 4.5 years. For the first 3 to 4 months, I was living in a zero gravity lawn chair. I couldn't even lay in my bed. That's how painful it was to be in the wrong position. So anyways, in that 4.5 years, I literally remember times thinking that I will never be normal again. I literally thought that. And I thought this is going to be how it's going to be for the rest of my life, because when time ticks on like that and you're in pain constantly every day, all day, you start to think that you're never going to see anything different. You're never going to get back to your normal life. And I have a video that I did about that time because I know there are people out there that are hurting, and maybe it's back pain. Maybe you're going through something else that's kind of tragic. And I made a video about my experience, and I'll put it at the end of this video so that if you're interested, you could go back and watch that. And I'll also put the one about my plastic surgery adventure because I tell a story about that time in my life too. But man, am I so grateful that I'm not in that place anymore. And it chokes me up every time to talk about it because it was really a bad time in my life. And I just never thought I'd be normal again. So I thank God every day that I feel good and that I don't have to be back in that position. Okay, next question. Wow, that was a bad one. I'm telling you what, there are things that go on in your life that are so major that it is hard to talk about those things without almost like your mind going back to that time and taking you right back to that situation. All I have to say to people that are going through something like that, I hope to God that you have relief at some point, okay? And know that it's possible, because I never thought at that time that I would have that possibility of being normal again. So know that it can happen. Okay, next question. Holy moly. Okay, here's a good one. Why do you live in a retirement community half the year, Angela? Are you guys swingers? Is that why you guys moved to the villages? Okay, listen. No, we are not swingers. And here's what happened. There was a lot of bad things that happened during COVID. You all know that. But some of the good things that actually happened, one, my husband and I were both working outside the home. I was working in a bakery part-time decorating cakes, which loved it. And I was also working in a dental office part-time. The kids were in school at that time. So, for me, that was great. I was kind of getting into two different areas that I enjoyed. And my husband was going into the office 5 days a week. I never knew anything different. But because of COVID, I was sent home and things started shutting down, and I never went back to the bakery anyways. And I just started really getting into YouTube more, which I could do from home and I could do from anywhere. And my husband, he came home after COVID when everything just kind of started shutting down. Everybody was sent home. That was like 4 years ago now, almost 5 years ago. He has not been back to the office. Can you believe that? He is still working for the same company, but now he's working from home. So we got to the point where we thought, we have dealt with Michigan winters for too long, okay, our whole lives. And we dreamt of the time of getting to retire in Florida for the winters. And we looked at each other and thought, we're working from home, both of us. And if we're going to do that, why not in Florida for part of the year, right? It just seemed like a good opportunity to investigate that. And some people are like, don't you miss your kids? I absolutely miss my kids. That's another thing that's been hard for me coming down this year. It hit me the hardest this year. I don't know why. But for the first couple of weeks that we were down here, I was a little depressed. Well, not a little, actually more than a little. It just took me some time to get adjusted, because when we're in Michigan and the kids are still living at home, but they're older, 22 and 25. So it's not like we're leaving young kids to live by themselves, okay? But we still enjoy them being at home. They're working or they're in school, saving money. We don't mind that they're living at home at all. And when we're gone, it's perfect because we have someone to watch over the house. And we know that if something major happens, hopefully they will notice. It is hard sometimes for me to be away from them, but this was a great time period in life to do this, because they're younger in a way that they're not married. Nobody has kids yet. And they're also to the point where they are working all the time. They're going out with their own friends. So when we really think about how much time in the day we see them, couple minutes in the morning before they take off out the door to go to school, work, whatever. And then in the evening, a few minutes here and there as they come and go. So we thought, maybe this is a good window to give this a try, right? And so we came down, we found out we loved it. I mean, I am not missing Michigan winters or gray days at all, okay? Missing the kids thing is harder for me, but just like anything, you get used to what's going on around you. And think of it this way too. A lot of time our kids leave us, right? They go to college and now we're the ones sitting home going, oh, our kids left, whatever. So, and we had that time and now it's our time, where part of the year we leave. Anyways, love living in the villages. I'm telling you what, I feel safe. We're having fun down here. There's things to do all the time. And the weather, you cannot argue the great weather you get in the winter time. I'm telling you what, I 100% don't regret coming down to the villages, or having a winter place to be. Okay, here's a question that I've got probably more than a handful of times. People want to know, how in the world can I afford to take all these trips that I've been going on the last couple of years? Well, okay. I don't know if that's coming from a good place or a bad place, but here's the answer to it. My husband and I have saved for years. When the kids were younger, we didn't go on extravagant, trips with them. We really focused on paying bills down, house payments down. We just did not spend lots of money during that period of our lives, knowing that when we got to this time in our lives, we could have some extra saved up to do fun things like that. So how can we afford it? We worked hard. My husband worked hard. I'm working my butt off now, actually. And I'll get to that. That's another question that's coming up. None of us know how long we have, right? None of us do. And so I feel like, especially as we're getting older, if you're still healthy, do it. Do the things that you want to do, because there may become a time where your health is no good anymore, or something else is going on in life. Somebody else's health isn't good anymore, and you've got to take care of them. So there is a window where I feel like, do the stuff you want to do now before you don't have the chance, or something happens and we're not here anymore. You can't take that money with you, right? So anyways, that's the long answer to that question. Okay, people have asked, why don't I do more videos? Why are you only now doing one video a week? When I first started, I was doing 2-3 videos a week. And one, I was younger. I had more energy. Number two, I was trying to get the channel off the ground. And I thought, oh, if I put more videos out there, that's what's going to do it. And here's the thing. Now, it's harder to balance everything. It takes me a long time to put a video together, from the planning time that goes into what's the video idea, shopping for all the things I need for the video, writing out all my thoughts that I want to include in the video, filming, editing. Oh my gosh, editing takes forever, because if I were just to turn on the camera and go, like hopefully now it's working out this way, I could just be like, boom, boom, put it in my editor, spend 5 minutes, maybe just doing a couple cuts and then putting it out there. That takes no time. But when you, put a lot of pictures in there and video to help kind of explain what you're talking about, that takes a lot longer. So, or music or script on the screen, text on the screen, that all takes a lot of time. You will be probably surprised. Just as when I used to make cakes, people were always shocked to know how long it actually took to make that cake. Because they were like, oh, in your mind, you're thinking like few hours maybe. It's like, no, way more than that. So depending, a video nowadays can take me between 15 to 20 hours for one. And then I've got other stuff to do behind the scenes, or posts to put out for holiday gift ideas, outfit ideas, things like that take up more time behind the scenes. So if I were to do more than one video a week, I would be definitely over 40 hours a week with all the other stuff, probably 50. And I'm like, I'm in retirement mode, or at least balance of life mode, where I want to have fun, but also do what I enjoy doing in this, you know? So I just can't. One video a week takes up enough time in my schedule, and that's just going to have to be what it is at this point, you know? Okay, here's another question I get. I don't like those commercials you put in your videos for these sponsorship deals. I don't like watching those. Why do you do those? The first thing to say about sponsorships is, number one, I get so many emails every week asking me to do sponsorships in my videos. 99% of them I say no to because I don't think it works with my channel. I don't believe in the product. I don't even want to try the product. So I say no to a lot of them, most of them. So the ones that I say yes to, either I have experience with that product and I do like the product a lot, so I share it, or it's something that is interesting to me that I want to try, and we're going to review it together. And if they're willing to pay me to review it, fantastic. Because I always say to them, here's one of my stipulations. Are you okay with me giving an honest opinion on my channel? Because I'm not going to just say everything's rosy because you're paying me to. I will still say my honest opinion. And if they don't like that, I will say no to the product. I'm not going to do it. When you see those sponsorships, it's like it helps to pay for things, you know, running the channel, maybe it pays for my time, it helps to do that. So, you know, ask yourself if you would do your job without ever getting paid for it. I will never be that person that is going to just take sponsorship after sponsorship because they're paying me money for it. And one, I'm not even interested in the product. I don't like the product, or I'm just going to lie and tell you it's great and it's not. Not doing it. It's not worth it to me for that. YouTube is not like, for most people, it's not a lucrative job. You can make good money at it. And I'll tell you, for the first, so let's see, I've been doing this 6 years. Yeah, it's been that long already. I've been doing that long. And for the first 2 years anyway, I mean, I made enough to maybe go get a few Starbucks coffees that week, okay? You have to love what you do, doing this YouTube, in the beginning especially, because you're not making much. But you're 3, 4, and 5 so far. Oh my gosh, it's been a total game changer. But I've put in a lot of time and effort to get that. So it's finally at the point where I'm making an income off of it. Thank goodness, because it's hours and hours and hours that are spent, you know, to put these things out. And I love it. Absolutely. I'm so grateful that I get to do this. But at the same time, you know, it is kind of nice to make, like, you know, to get a paycheck for it too, right? Okay, here's a little something controversial. Apparently I can't say that word right. Okay. People have asked, which is unbelievable actually, but okay. What annoys me about other YouTubers? Ooh, oh boy. Okay. I don't know if I should answer this, but okay, I will. The biggest things that when I watch YouTube myself, here are the things that probably annoy me the most. And it could be things that annoy you too. So this is my perspective watching YouTube. People that have been doing this that are not brand new. They've been doing it a long time and they still can't figure out where to look in the camera to look at your audience. Most people do this. Are you ready? I'm looking at you right now. They do this. And to you, it doesn't look like I'm looking at you at all. I'm looking at myself. Now I'm looking at you. It's like, really, people, get it together. How long have you been doing this and you still don't know where to look in your camera to look at your audience? You're still looking at yourself. It's like, come on. That annoys me. Can you tell? All right. The other thing that two things that really are top of my list that annoy me big time. I don't like cheating. I never have. I've never loved people that cheat. And it's interesting what goes on when people pay attention. And most people don't pay attention. And these people that do cheat are hoping that you don't pay attention. But people out there do. And here's the thing. People that think that they're going to get ahead by buying subscribers, which you can do. There are websites that you could go on and buy subscribers. And to me, I think, why are you doing that? There are a couple people I know of, 100%, I would bet money, okay, that they bought subscribers. And I'm not going to say who those people are, but they know who they are. And, I just feel like you're ruining your channel. I mean, they are ruining their channel, because what's going to happen over time is their subscriber number is going to keep going up and up, because it's easy to buy them if you wanted to. And their views are going to still stay the same. So it's like the balance, okay, is way off. And it's going to end up hurting their channel over time, because they're buying people who aren't actually watching their videos. And over time, it's really the views that matter, not the subscriber count. That irritates me to no end, is the cheating. I don't understand it, number one. And I just think, why? Does it make you look important or feel important? I guess if that's what you want. But I feel like, anything done well, you need to have gained on your own. And if you haven't, you can't have the internal joy and happiness of having achieved that all on your own. So that's how I feel about that. I will never do that, because I want to feel good about what I've done and not have some fake number because I thought that would be great. Whatever. Okay. The other thing that annoys me is when people downright copy from other people. Now, getting inspiration from other people, that's great. I think, I don't think there's anything wrong with inspiration. But when people copy the same exact idea, the same exact wording, the same type of thumbnail, it's like, do you realize how much somebody worked to spend time thinking about that creative idea and putting it together to make it happen, for then someone else to come along and just be like, oh, I like that, I'm going to steal that idea, and not put the time in at all? Or there are people that I do know that say that they have researched for their video. And what that means is they've watched other people's YouTube videos on the same topic and just stolen the ideas from their video. It burns me, because it's like, if you have the creativity, come up with your own ideas, or use that, kind of thought, but do it your own way. The people that just downright copy, it so annoys me. It's like, come on, people, spend a minute to think about how you could do it your own way. Put your own spin on it, not just take what you saw from somebody else's video and try to make it your own. Next week, I've got 2 great videos coming up. I'm going to be working all this week, putting in lots of hours to get those videos done for you guys. And until I see you next time, stay beautiful on the inside and out.